Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Oh, we have a letter that came in, and this one is from Walt Petrosky. And Walt says, "Hi Serge, I found your site and swing this spring after 2+ years of trying to find a swing that let me avoid back pain from an injury. I love it. It works. No pain. I think I have the basics of the swing more or less in place and now blame alignment first when I begin to have problems." Excellent. That's the quickest way. There's nothing worse than making a good swing, hitting it to a wrong place, and blaming the swing when it was just you made a good swing and hit alignment. That's a swing you wanted to remember, like I call finger-licking good. And the last thing you want to do is have a finger-licking good swing that you want to paste on the back of your brain for in your memory banks to have the feeling of that swing and to produce it good swings and hit good shots. And say it was a bad swing because it went to the wrong place when alignment was the problem. Great way to analyze your golf shots on the golf course. You always have to rule out alignment first, especially on swings that were good and the ball's well struck. I've been working on duplicating your alignment setup described in the alignment videos, but I'm having a problem. When you do the 1-2, that's where when I walk in, my left foot goes 1-2, and I call it, that's it. No dancing around, right? No more dancing around. Dancing around tends to dance you out of position, out of alignment, or into worse alignment than what you had. All right, and it can change. It can start affecting your posture too, and other parts of your setup. But I'm having a problem. When you do the 1-2, the 1-2 steps, you already have an alignment stick on the ground at the correct distance back from the ball. Now that's here on the dailies. I actually don't have a stick on the ground outside, but I have that. I have my alignment line basically in my mind there on the ground, picturing it on the ground in my mind. You are the correct distance from the ball. When I do the 1-2, I often find that I'm not quite at the correct distance from the ball, so I dance. I dance until it feels right. Your videos describe what goes wrong with that. What I really like about your DVDs and your daily tips is that they speed me along on the right path. Before my back injury, I had a good swing and game, but it took many years to work it out. A lot of it became internalized, exactly what I'm talking about, internalizing. You have to internalize everything into your brain, all right? Because, as I said, when I walk into a swing, I sort of, to hit a ball, I melt into my setup, and then I swing the field that I just practiced in my practice swing. A lot of it became internalized, and I seldom need to think about it. Now it seems that I have a lot to think about on every shot. If you can help me with the tip, I'd be even more grateful than I already am. Okay, and that's from Walt. Okay, Walt, I think the tip here sounds like you want me to ask is see how you can get it in and pull the trigger a little bit faster. And we know that from psychological studies of the mind and how it works, that when you take a practice swing and you set a feeling in your brain, basically you have about 10 seconds to hit that ball before that feeling kind of washes away. Not kind of, but according to the experts who study this stuff, it's washing away. So the quicker you can get in and hit it, the better off you are. So I do like where earlier in the paragraph you stated that you took a lot less time to set up before, and now you're thinking about more things, and therefore it's taking you longer to eventually get set up and pull and get your feelings, get your posture and your body set up correctly, including alignment, then get your mental feeling about the swing, and then swing. And so you could be running a lot more than 10 seconds, and that's where you're having some problems. So I think what it is basically, I really believe that the brain is the fastest computer in the world, but when it comes to hitting a golf ball, it's a very complex, can be a very complex set of movements, and so you have to start really working on shall we say, streamlining it, okay? And basically, I believe that at best you can only have one swing thought, maybe two if you have one that's backswing and one that's forward swing, because there's that nanosecond in the transition where your brain can go from one to the other. I think at least mine can. But most of the time I like to basically play with one. Now I know in my case, the surge will never go and make a big turn, and the surge will never go past 3/4. So those are just about a given that's never going to happen. So I don't have to think about the backswing as often too much about anything, okay? Although I do really think a lot about my takeaway. I tend to take the club a little bit outside because I don't let my right arm fold enough. When I start my turn, my shoulder turn, if the right arm doesn't fold, that actually cuts down my turn of turning to where I get the left arm for me to forward arm, the left arm over the toe line and up. And so that'll get me a little outside. And if I swing up, I'm a little high. Instead of being about right here, which is perfect, where the club would come down the center of my shoulder, it would kind of hit me in the side of my head, the right side of my head. If I swing straight down from there, I'm coming across the line, and I'll hit dead straight shots to the left. Now, I won't hit the ball out of play. I very likely will pull it into a bunker unless I'm going at a left flag. But I'm going to pull it roughly with most irons, short irons, maybe about 15, 20 feet. And with drivers, I might pull it to the left side of the fairway into the left rough. But I don't really hit them out of play. But the point is it's just a poor shot. And naturally, I'll always, on no shots, put the club down by my toes and come back and check it. Okay? So that's basically the biggest thing I think about is that, and plus really loading and sitting into my right side. So I bebop back and forth between those. But the one thing I do think about every swing is when I take my practice swings, and for whatever shot I want to hit in my mind, and most of the time I don't play that many shots. I have all the shots in my bag for hitting cuts and fades and slices, and then hitting straight shots, and then hitting a soft draw, hitting a bigger draw, and really hitting a slinger. All right, but I don't do those too often. All right. Whenever I can basically hit a straight shot, I'm always trying to hit a straight shot because that's my regular swing. So I'm always, no matter what, I'm always whatever I'm going to do for that shot, I get into the setup that's needed and I make the swing. And the big thing I feel is the swing up to my tee finish, the recoil and relax, and perfect balance. That's when I get that and I say that's what I need to hit this shot I want. Then I step up to the ball and boom, and I think about getting to that finish position, recoil and relax. Now, naturally, I might have done one of those two little things I just told you in the backswing. But the whole key is you have to be able to get in there and all of this, and once you loaded that feeling into your brain, once you step into the ball, and I'll go ahead and kind of walk through this one as a full thing. I'll stand back here. I'm going to check my lines out. I come back in, got the spot, square the club face up. Then I just walk in, I get in here, I get into my posture, I take that one or two waggles, and then boom, it's gone to the finish and the recoil. And if I get to a good finish with a good recoil, if my alignment was good, I should be looking up and that ball will be starting where it's supposed to start. So I think the big thing is you need to work on just now getting a confidence in that you're doing the things. And naturally, remember, I'm only having about a 1-2 step. That's it, a couple waggles. I mean, you get into too many waggles, sometimes just in case the more you think, the more you start waggling, the first thing you know, it's become intertwined in your setup. So the whole key is to get in and make a swing without a lot of waggles. So, and I've had students, even tour players, one time I had him, I kept track of his waggles. He went from a low of 18 to about a high of 26. So by the time that player started to swing, he didn't even know he was swinging, because if he doesn't have any consistent routine, or whatever, but I guarantee you, 16 to 26 waggles is not going to happen in less than 10 seconds. So you really got to control your waggles. I know we got Jason Dufner on tour, makes a big couple waggles. That scares me because, I always think that, oh man, I just hope he doesn't come down and smack that ball. And you know, usually stuff like that happens at the most opportune time. It almost never happens, but when it does, it's usually at the wrong time. So I like very quiet waggles, get into my posture, and then as soon as I go, bang, it's gone. All right? And I mean, you could probably internally start counting internally, which will hopefully maybe keep you loose because it might be helping you set up a rhythm. And okay? So I think the whole key is you got the 1-2 down, then it's in like, hopefully within a 1, 2, 3, 4 at the most, you're starting to swing. So keep your swing thoughts to a minimum, focus on your finish, and I think you'll see that you'll be able to start pulling the trigger a lot quicker and making much more consistent swings in terms of tempo and the quality of the swing to hit quality golf shots and shoot lower scores. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.